warm welcome to today's meditation session. My name is Sina and I will guide you to today's experience. In this guided meditation, we take a closer look at our shadow. Have you perhaps heard of the following sayings? I walk to the valley of my own shadow. Or, may your shadow always be upon us. Or for instance, in Iran, where my parents come from, the phrase, I'm below your shadow, is used when you have much respect for someone. So, what is this shadow that so many people talk about? In an objective matter, of course, each of us has a shadow. We carry our shadow with us day by day. We can physically see our shadow. But can you imagine that you also carry a shadow within you? And not just one shadow, but rather more than one? Shadows that you cannot see straight away. Shadows that are rather hidden in your subconscious. In Far Eastern traditions, these kind of shadows are called shadow aspects. Even though we cannot see them directly, our shadow aspects still have a deeper meaning to us than we think. Our shadows show us our dark sides, those sides that we hide and that we don't want to face or reflect on. Many people, therefore, are afraid of their dark side and of their shadow aspects. But how and when do our shadow aspects appear, and why are we so afraid of them? Usually when we are scared, when we seem to be somehow lost, or when we are angry, sad and frustrated. It is in these moments where we meet our inner shadow aspects. Many of us don't like their shadow aspects because they realize that in times of fear, anger and sadness, they actually have to face their shadow aspects. Funny enough, these shadow aspects show us the areas in our lives where we can grow and evolve most. Most of us do not want other people to see their dark sides. We therefore prefer to hide our shadow aspects. Maybe because we fear that when we show our dark sides, we may get rejected. Do you perhaps know this feeling that I just described? The ugly truth is, if we fail to confront our shadow sides, sooner or later they will confront us. And this will hurt even more. So, is it really worth hiding your shadow aspects? Or even worse than that, to fighting them? How about you call one of your shadow aspects to you? How about you take a closer look at this shadow without judging? You may want to shake hands with it, maybe give a name to it, talk to it, embrace it, accept it, and slowly make friends with your shadow aspect. Doesn't this feel even better? Doesn't this make you even stronger? So, how can you learn to embrace your shadow, to accept it, and to make friends with it? That's what I want to show you in this guided meditation. Get yourself really comfortable now. You can either sit or lay on your couch, on your chair, or on your bed in your room. Now take 3 deep breaths into your nose and out through your mouth. First of all, give yourself a hug. And if you haven't already, then gently close your eyes now. Before we start, just keep in mind, in this meditation we are calling one of our shadow aspects to us. You may be afraid, sad, or mad when you have to face your shadow aspect. You might even want to cry. And that's totally fine. Just remember, you are just observing this shadow aspect in this meditation. It does not mean that you are what you see. You are just observing and accepting it. Now, again take 3 deep breaths, breathing into your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your body becoming more relaxed every time you breathe out through your mouth. Now I want to ask you something. Is there currently anything that you are hiding inside yourself? Something that you are too afraid to face right now? And even though you know that you need to face this situation sooner or later, you just don't want to? Think about it for some seconds. Is there anything you're currently hiding? It could also be something that you are currently stuck at in life. If you did find anything, that's good. If not, that's okay. In this case, just focus on your breath, the rising and falling movement of your breath. And if you did find something, then slowly, at your own pace, invite this scenario to your mind now. Perhaps feelings of fear, guilt, shame, or anything else will pop up in your mind right now. Or perhaps you're too afraid to face this scenario. And that's totally fine. Once again, we are just observing this scenario. That doesn't mean that you are what you see. You can still keep a healthy distance towards what you see. If you are already experienced with meditation, then you may also call your guardian angels for help. Simply repeat after me the following prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me recognizing my shadow aspect and inviting it to my mind. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Show it to me now. And now wait for a moment and see what happens. Simply observe this shadow aspect now. Take a closer look at it. And also recognize which emotions pop up in your mind right now while observing this shadow aspect. Do you perhaps feel overwhelmed or somehow ashamed by what you see? Do you perhaps wish you could hide yourself now? Or do you feel angry and emotions of uncertainty, hate, and jealousy overcome you? Or does a rush of sadness overcome you, and you perhaps just want to cry? That's all okay. Remember, you are still sitting on your chair, couch, or bed in your room. You are safe, protected, and secure. And if no emotions pop up at all, that's totally fine as well. Simply continue observing your shadow aspect or focus on your breath. Did you get a little bit more familiar with this scenario in your mind? With this kind of shadow aspect? Now let me tell you a short story. Many ancient traditions believe that forgiveness is the strongest medicine one can take. If we ignore our shadow, if we fight it and keep leaving it in the dark, then we just harm ourselves. It's like we are poisoning ourselves. So I ask you now, do you want to keep poisoning yourself? Or are you ready to make yourself free and to forgive your shadow? To send forgiveness to the shadow aspect that you were just observing? Now bring your hands together as if you want to pray. Bring them to your chest. And now it's time to forgive your shadow. Simply lower your gaze a little bit and repeat with me the following prayer. Creator of all that is, I instruct you to send forgiveness to my shadow aspect now. May I thereby grow personally and mentally and become stronger. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show it to me now. And now wait for a moment and recognize what happens. If you can recognize anything, that's good. If not, that's fine as well. If you are a little bit more advanced, then you may also call your guardian angels for help. If it is difficult for you to forgive your shadow, That's totally fine. Even forgiving it for 1% is fine. And every time you come back to this meditation, then forgive your shadow a little bit more. Even by doing this meditation, you have already automatically forgiven your shadow a little bit. If you already feel comfortable, then mentally give a hug to your shadow now. If you need to tell anything to your shadow, then do so. If you are not feeling comfortable to hug your shadow, that's fine as well. Just focus on forgiving your shadow. And now, let go of your shadow aspect. Let go of any focus that you are holding on this shadow aspect. Release your shadow and make yourself free. And now congratulate yourself. You have just enlightened one of your darkest sides, the part of you that you were so afraid of, the part of you that has been hidden inside of you for so long and that has caused so much pain to you until now. Now you can be united with this part. It is not a shadow side anymore. How do you feel? Do you perhaps feel stronger or more powerful? If you do not feel anything at all, that's fine. Just pay closer attention to how you feel these days or how people react to you. Your energy has just changed, and your personal vibration has changed as well. You have just up-leveled yourself. Congratulations for that. Now, again take 3 deep breaths into your nose and out through your mouth. And in your own pace, open your eyes again. Even if it is sometimes difficult for us, we should accept that our shadow aspects are part of us. Instead of rejecting them because we are too afraid of them, we should try to accept them and to invite them to us. By doing so, we discover a previously unknown part of us and lead it into the light. This may frighten us at the beginning, but slowly we become aware of our shadow aspects, because in the end, all of our shadow aspects are a part of us. They make us who we are. By integrating our shadow sides, we only become stronger, more powerful, and more peaceful with ourselves. Listen to this meditation as often as you can, preferably for 21 days in a row. By constantly repeating this exercise, you will become better and stronger. The best time for doing this meditation is in the evening, just before you go to sleep. Thank you very much. If you liked this recording, then give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my YouTube channel Space Your Mind. Also follow my personal journey on Instagram. My name there is @sina.sharai. You will find a link to it below this video in the video description. Also, if you want more powerful affirmations and meditations on soul guidance and much more, then click on the link below this video and jump to my website. Here you can also support me growing my channel and getting myself some coffee. Thank you very much.